Hi, if you're seeing this, it is because I was supposed to post this video like a month and a half ago and it never got posted, and I just want to tell you I am so sorry. This is my April's reading vlog that was supposed to go up, like I said, months ago, but it never did. But I'm posting it now and I'm finally getting the chance to edit it, posting it, and all of that. But yeah, I just want to give you guys like a quick little I'm so sorry this is taking forever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I thought for today's video we could do a April's TBR vlogging, reading style video. I don't know how well this is gonna go. Hopefully I can get some content for you guys. If not, this video is not gonna go up, if I'm being honest with you. But let's pray, let's hope that I can at least attempt and try to do kind of like a vloggy video. I don't know if it's gonna work, but this is my temptation to do it. But yeah, I think the first book that I definitely want to read, because I want to go back on my run, walking, you know, hiking mile. The thing I used to do when I was reading Thorn and Glass, I wanted to do with this book. So I'm probably going to do that and then just kind of continue reading on the side as well. That's also a goal of mine to do. But the first book I do want to show you, because I am going to read it tomorrow, is Nightband. And I got this book on audio, but I also have it physically, so I kind of wanted to, there's a word for it, I'm calling it a buddy read, because I'm listening to it and I'm reading it type of vibe, but I'm also just going to listen to it when I'm like having free time. But I wanted to buddy read. I wanted to try and kind of not analyze it, but like I feel like this would be like a fun book to like put sticky tabs in and like analyze, and I guess analyze. I don't know anything, but I'm kind of too scared to like write on it. Oh shit, was this a signed copy? I guess, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I feel like this would be a fun book too. Sticky tab, and I want to do that. I'm too scared to like actually like write in it yet. I'm not mentally and physically there yet to do that, but sticky tabs, I can do that because it comes off and I'm fine, and I won't have a major panic attack about it. But this is probably like, bitch, like just fucking write in your books and get a new book. I understand that. For me mentally, I don't think I can physically do that yet, but that's okay. I went to Amazon. I will link these down below. I got sticky tabs because like I said, I wanted to try and like do it, and if not, you know, at least I can say that I tried. I kind of want to go off of this vibe, but I feel like this one kind of works. I feel like this is the vibe, you know? Like, I feel like that's the vibe with this. I might try, but yeah, I kind of want to, like I said, there's a name for it. I'll put it right here if I remember it, but I kind of just want to buddy read with this. I read the first book and I really enjoy the audiobook with like listening to it. I listened to it a lot in the car because I drove to like Houston, and that 3-hour drive back and forth, so like 6 hours, was majorly lilark driving. Do I remember most of it? No, because I'm not gonna lie, I suck at multitasking sometimes. So I was mostly focused on the road more than like listening to it, but when I do remember it, I'm like, wow, this is interesting. So I'm really excited to go back into this. This is Nightband. This is the second book. I am going to get the third book eventually, but at least I have these. So yeah, that's my first book. I'll let you know how that goes. But yeah, that's really all that I have for you guys. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next clip. I don't know how to end this. I don't know how to transition to like, yeah. Dang, this entire time I was doing slow-mo. Oh my god. Okay, so I have been listening this book, Nightband, right? Yeah, Nightband, on Audible. What really sucks is I still suck at pronouncing everyone's name, so please bear with me. But I got to like the middle of Rising Up. That's where like I am at right now. The only thing I wish I see a lot more in here. Hopefully it progresses. Is Isla, I think that's his name, say her name. Like I said, I suck at names. I wish I see more confidence in like her like ruling. I know she's never ruled. I know like everything she's doing, she's second guessing. I understand it. I feel her pain. But I just wish I see like it progress, and I'm hoping I see it progress in this book and the third book. Or I just trying to form allies, see where everyone stands in the kingdom, and like she's trying to do all that type of shit. Also, or trying to make sure like Isla is trying to like, what is it, like practice her like powers, and she's just kind of like no. So I see that a lot. But yeah, that's really like all I've gotten is they're trying to form allies. Nightshade isn't really like there, like it's mentioned, like they think like he's gonna attack since like the curse is broken. I don't know, no say. Oh, there's the moon. I forgot. What is it? Moonling. I think Moonling is gonna like branch out. I think she's gonna do her own thing. I feel like she's gonna be there when they're needed, but she's just gonna be kind of like, I'm gonna do my own thing and I'm gonna peace out. So that's what I got in off of this book. But so far so good. Okay. Wait. Okay. Just a thought. Are we ever gonna see Grimm in this book? I feel like I hear mentions of him and like flashbacks of him, but I don't really like see him in like action in this book, and I wonder like if he's gonna show up eventually. I know I'm still like towards the beginning of the book, and you're probably like screaming at me from the camera, but I keep reading. But all I hear is like she's trying to figure out stuff. There's monsters. There's flying something. I want to say flying monkeys, but I keep thinking of Wicked. But I don't think that's it. But yeah, that is really all I got in. I'm at before, and so far they're kind of like, it's like flashbacks of like moments like in her life. And like one more thing, she uses her what is it, star stick a lot. Her star stick. I wonder if that's gonna come in handy in like a war that's gonna come, or like future like curses. I wonder if that's gonna be like something that's gonna like happen in the third book too. But yeah, I hear a lot of her star stick, like she uses it a lot, like a lot, like she like transports like back and forth with her stick. But yeah, I don't know, I wonder if that's gonna come in handy or not. But I kind of like Skyling. Skyling is like a fun little like place to go. They like all fly. Now they can fly. They couldn't before because of the curse, but they can fly now, which is fun. I don't know why I didn't expect that. I have officially finished reading Nightman. I made a 3-part video talking about this book, but I started messing with my camera, which was a really bad idea. And then for some reason my frame was too big to like edit. So I have to start over because I don't know how to fix that. But I did finish this. So that's something. But I think where I left off was, it was towards like the beginning of the book. I know that. And there's a lot of before, like past and present going on in this book. In the past is Grimm and Isla's, like how they met, how they, you know, how they were lovers and all that. And I really enjoy that part of the book. I didn't really see the chemistry as much as I wanted to of them being lovers. But I did see like towards the end, like, okay, like I get how like much like love they have for each other at the end, but it took a minute to get there. And also the past kind of reminded me of a light arc in a way, of Aura and Isla trying to look for the heart, and it was kind of the same way with Grimm, and he was looking for the sword. So it was a lot of like, I don't know, kind of made it like one big circle in a way. Also in the book, she got a companion, and it was a big giant leopard. I think it was a black leopard, I believe. Hold on, let me see. I have it in my notes. He was a massive black leopard named Lynx. Lynx was also Isa's mom's leopard too. So it was kind of like a lot of familiarity in that one. And I feel like Lynx only like wanted her because of like the similarities of like her mom. I liked it. I give this a 4 stars. I'm trying to think what else kind of happened in the book. I'm trying to make this like a non-spoiler vlog. I don't know how well that's working, but she does at the end, like, I don't think it's a spoiler. Maybe. I don't know. No, Because I mean, skip this part if you don't really want to know. But at the end, she does go with Grimm. There's a lot that goes on with the sword, why she went with Grimm. Bless you. Everything that happened with the war and all that Grimm was doing was for Iceland. Like, that was like a true thing. Like, what he said was, it was for her. So, and then you also figure out like what happens with the necklace. Okay, because I remember he gave it to her during the centennial, like the necklace. And then in this book, you find out why, like, she can't take it off, why she has the necklace. It's like in this book, like, we figured it out. This book took me into the fantasy, the world, back to Lightlark, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I rated it or not yet, but I did give this a 4 stars, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy more of the past than I did the present, but the present makes sense with the past. The next book that I am going to read is Binding 13, and this has been on my TBR for like a year. I've heard people rave about this book, I've heard people talk about this book, and it's the Boys of Tommen series. What really confused me for a second when I was like opening like this book up was it's based in Irish, I think. It is based in the south of Ireland, set during the time frame of 2005, and contains Irish dialogue and slang. And there is a lot of them. And I was looking like through it because I didn't even know there was like Irish slang, which I should have. That's stupid. I should have known. But yeah, I was reading some of it, and it took me kind of like off guard, and also kind of made me laugh, like some of this slang that they use, because I think it's kind of cool. Bluey is porno movie. Chipper is a restaurant that sells fast food. Dub is a person in Dublin. Boot is trunk of the car. Gas is funny. Jumper is sweater, like stuff like that. I think it's cool, but it's funny to like read the slang and like get to know it. I feel like I haven't given you much of an update on this book, and there's a reason why. I almost DNF'd it. Okay, just hear me out. Hear me out. I was hooked from chapter 1. After chapter 1, it lost me. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. I did write some notes. I feel like everyone who really loves Boys of Tommen is probably like yelling at me and be like, continue reading it. I am. I'm gonna finish it. Technically, I'm on chapter 28, but there's a extended scene, the booster seats, and beating hearts. That is like what I'm at. But it says I'm on page 255, and I am 44% done. I did like the mom. Okay? Did. I literally put, the mom is trying hard, I love her for that, and the dad is a dick. I still stand by that. I still like the mom. I like how she pulled her out of the school because she was bullied and all that. But the mom is iffy. The more I read it, the mom is a little iffy. I feel like I should give you like a backstory on this. So this basically follows Shannon, and she was bullied like throughout school, and that happens in real life too, which really sucks. But it happens to Shannon in this book, and her mom pulls her out of public school to put her in Tomlin School, Tomlin College, Tomlin, whatever it's called, a private school. And that's where her life kind of like turns upside down a little bit for the better. So rugby is kind of like football. I'm gonna put a picture up here if y'all don't know what rugby is, because I don't know what rugby is, but it looks like football without being football. Okay, well, yeah. Well, it follows Johnny and his rugby career, okay? And he is so like obsessed with rugby. Like, that's his life. That's like what he breathes. That's literally like his girlfriend. It's the best way I can explain it. He doesn't really do girlfriends. I've learned that like through like the book. Like, he doesn't really date, and rugby is his life. But I also learned that his balls are a little like out of commission too. So I learned a lot about that. I don't know if that's a piece of information that y'all needed. If I'm reading about it, y'all are hearing about it. All right, his ball sack. I don't fucking know, man. He got surgery. He's like apparently still playing rugby, but like he's like hurting. I'm gonna tell you why I almost DNF'd. This book is my slowest read. Recently I've been finishing a book a lot sooner. This is like my slowest read. to get to like 27 took me a minute. The first 9 chapters was like boring, okay? Like it was really boring for me. It was the same shit. It was like him looking at her from across the fucking window, her looking at him across the lunch cafeteria. And it was like, it was just like that from chapters 2 to 9, okay? Chapter 10, we got a little action. They like talked ish, not really, and then it went back to like ignoring each other. But it did get better. It took until like chapter 17 for them to like actually like talk, acknowledge each other, actually have a decent conversation. 17 is where it got better. So if you're holding out and you're like me, you're like, this book is so fucking boring, just get to chapter 17 and then just like work your way. Like work your way to chapter 20. It gets better as it kind of like goes. And I still stand by what I said about the mom. The mom, I feel like she has a good heart, but like, I don't know. I don't like the dad. Dad gives me the icks. The mom gives me the icks when it comes to the dad. If you know what I'm talking about and you read this book and you feel the same way, like, that's the only time like she gives me the icks. I don't know if it continues in the second book, but that's my opinion on the mom. Take it with a grain of salt. I really love Joey. If I could like pick between the mom and Joey, I would pick Joey. So yeah, that's my little update on this book. I am gonna continue reading it. Hopefully I can get a little bit more in and let you know before I finish the book, but I'm gonna see how this goes. But yeah, so far so good. Chapter 45 is probably my favorite chapter so far, just because like his mom is so present in that chapter and I just love it. And Johnny doesn't know how to get his shit together. His feelings, his ball sack, his fucking penis, his like everything. Doesn't like he says like he loves her and really really cares for her, which like he does, but like doesn't want a relationship. Guys are so fucking confusing. But yeah, I am gonna finish the rest of this chapter. How many chapters are there? 60? 60 chapters? I am 65 chapters. What the hell? This book has taken me a goddamn minute. I have no idea what happened to my clip. I was editing this entire thing and I'm like, I'm missing a clip. I'm missing a clip of the ending of me telling you about Binding 13. And it just like never came up. And it never, I don't know, I couldn't find it. I either erased it by accident. I just don't have the clip anymore. And it's gone. And I was like, okay, this is like weird. So I am going to tell you, I guess is this the right one? Yeah. I am going to tell you the ending kind of what happened, but I also wanted to tell you that I did read Keeping 13. I also read this one. Basically where I left off was somewhere like in the middle of this book. It was getting good. Shannon and Johnny were like getting together and they were doing things. They met his mom and just like it was actually getting better. Like they were actually getting closer. She, I believe, went to Dublin for a match, and that's where the ending is. Like it kind of like happens. I'm trying to remember like what else like happened like in this book. I just know that they go to Dublin at the very end of the book. I'm kind of blanking out like what else happened. It's been like 2 months since I like read it. I feel like if I kind of skimmed through it, I would remember, but I did not do that. But this one, I gave it a 3 stars. It wasn't horrible, it wasn't bad. It was just kind of like, to me. And then Keeping 13 is where I like, oh my god, like this is all the good shit happened. You get more info about like her, like life, her house, like just basically like everything like you saw, but it just continues. And this one is I want to say nice because it has like a lot of like deep trauma. The ending of this one was sad, okay? I'm just letting you know. Her family, like, it's like going through it. And I feel so bad for them and all of her siblings. Yeah. But this one, it does get better. Like, it gets better at the very end. If you're reading Binding 13 and you're kind of like, I don't really like it, keep reading it and then read Keeping 13, and then if you don't like the series, I would just stop in general. But Keeping 13 was a lot better. I don't know, like it's just, to me it was just, you got more information out of it. You got a lot more of Shannon's life. You got a lot more of like what she's going through just in life. And yeah, this, I mean, this wasn't really a part of the reading blog, but I just wanted to throw it out there that I did read it. I did give this a 3.5 stars. It was a little better than Binding 13. I will still look up trigger warnings even if it's not like a dark romance trigger warning. I still will look it up just because it has like bullying, and it also has like family like abuse. So kind of take it with like a grain of salt of like what you're comfortable with. If I'm being honest with you, if you're uncomfortable with situations like this, I don't recommend reading it because I don't want you to trigger anything. But if you are okay with reading stuff like this, honestly, I give you the go ahead and just give it a try and see if you like it. But yeah, that is my review on these two books. And yeah, now I finally have a clip for the ending of Binding 13. I started Beach Read and I am on chapter 12. 125, and I'm like almost there. I think on my Kindle it says I am 30% like there, and this follows January, and you kind of like see her life go on, if that makes sense. Like you see like the good, the bad, like what happens, like you just kind of follow like her life for the first like 3 chapters. You also follow why her dad left her the beach house, the lake house. I think it's more of like a lake, if I'm being honest with you, but it's kind of like a beach. That's the vibe like I'm getting. I could be completely wrong. And you meet this neighbor and you kind of get a feel of like who he is. Kind of, not really, but you automatically know like, okay, like he's the main character. We just gotta figure out the name, put a face to it, and bada boom bada bang, like you have the main like male character. You don't really get to know the main male character until you go into Pete's bookstore, also known as Pete's coffee shop, whatever it's called. It's like kind of like intertwined with the bookstore and coffee shop. But you meet this old lady, and the old lady introduced the main male character, who is Gus or Augustus. So you have Augustus and January, and that's the main characters of this love story, this book. January is more of like a romance writer. She writes that type of book. She writes a happy ever after book, and he is more of a literature fiction. That's believe what he writes, and he writes more sad, more depressing kind of books. That's what I'm getting off of this, okay? I could be wrong, but that's what I'm getting off. They get invited to this book club. She gets completely wine drunk at this book club. Gus takes her home, and during that point of getting coffee, getting donuts, sobering her up, they make a bet. And he suggests they write like the opposite of what they normally write. She writes a sad ending, he writes a happy ending. And that's just kind of like how the competition goes, who can write the better book. If I'm being completely honest with you, while I was reading this, I wasn't in the mood. Like, I wanted something happy, and then I didn't. And I just completely just didn't feel like reading it. I'm gonna still continue to read it, just because it's only like 300 pages. It's like a really easy read. I love her writing style. The more I keep reading, I do really love her writing style. I can see why people love this book. I can see why people love Emily Henry's writing. For some reason, I'm just like not into the characters. I'm not in love with this book at the moment. I don't know if I'm just like in a reading slump. I don't know if I've just been reading too many like sad, dark romance, whatever, novelty like books that I am currently like in the mood at the moment. But I don't know, I was in such a romance mood, and then I switch, and then I'm trying to go back into romance, and it's just not working. But I'm gonna stick to it. I am gonna keep reading it, and I'm gonna see how this goes. But so far it's good. So far I'm not in the mood, which sucks. And it also sucks because it's a lot of people's favorite books, and it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of like at the moment. But it's cute so far. They did their little like flip-flop date thingy that they're doing. I am a little sick. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I did finish Beach Read, and I did give this a 3 stars. I feel like she had to meet Gus to understand her dad's past, which I feel like was kind of like, to me, the whole purpose of this book in a way. Only thing I didn't like about this book was the fact that, I don't know if this is a spoiler. If it is, I am so sorry. Gus was married, but he was getting a divorce. But the divorce hasn't finalized, so he's technically still married, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't like that. I'm not a big fan of, not cheating, not, I don't know. It's just like, it threw me off a little bit while reading this book. I feel like I read this book at the wrong time, if I'm being honest. That's probably why I gave it a 3 stars. A 3 stars isn't bad, okay? Just clarifying, a 3 stars is not bad. It was just like a really cute book, a really, just kind of like, I feel like it's a good in-between book where you read something so like, I don't know, maybe something sad or maybe something so heavy and you just want to pick something up. I feel like beach read is like the perfect, like, you know, like getaway for that type of like vibe you throw yourself in, because I know I throw myself into that situation all the time, and a book like this really like gets me out of it. But yeah, I finally read my first Emily Henry book. Is it gonna be my last Emily Henry book? Probably not, because I still want to read Book Lover. I still want to read, oh, what's her new book that she came out with? The Great Beautiful Life. But I know she has a lot of other books. I know she's going out with a lot of other books, and I'm really excited to read all of those other books. But yeah, I feel like I just read this at the wrong time. I feel like I was reading a lot of like dark romance, dark mafia, dark everything, just dark, and I just kind of threw this into the mix and I'm like, ooh, this will be fun. And I'm like, no. I was like, where's the spice? Where's the killing? Where's the, well, he was kind of grumpy. I mean, they're both kind of like, the chemistry wasn't like hitting in the beginning. Like, I was just kind of like, but at the end I saw the chemistry. In the beginning I did not. But if you felt the same way, please let me know that I'm not the only one. But I feel like I hype myself up like too much of this book, because everyone loves this book. Like Emily Henry, like when you talk about like a book, you talk about, it's Beach Read, Book Lover, Happy Place are the 3 like main books people talk about. I am officially done with this April wrap up, and I ended it with me being sick. Fuck. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it's not the greatest reading vlog you have ever seen, but this is my first attempt at it, and yeah, I'm gonna go back to bed because I am dying. I love you. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.